Oh my gosh, I cannot thank you enough. Oh, I'm a mature channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone who subscribed, shared, commented, liked my streams, everything. I am a mature channel. I officially have 1,000 subs, and I am so, so blessed and so happy and so ecstatic and so humbled and so all those words. Oh my gosh, I just can't. I just can't even. I am so, 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 so thankful for all of you. Whatever level of interaction you have with my videos, whether you watch, if you like, if you subscribe, any of that stuff, make comments, share, whatever. I'm so thankful that you have chosen to spend some of your time with me and my channel. And I am so overwhelmed and blessed and thankful and all those things. These two stores are Clearwater and St. Petersburg. There are two stores in this one. This is the, I believe, Clearwater store, and this is the first time that I've seen candle wick. This is only the second item that I've ever seen for candle making, and this one had candle wicking, and it was the all cotton candle wicking, which was really nice, and they had quite a few of them. I'm right in front of a stand that has pegs on it, and they're above me on the stand on the pegs. That is the only package of that washi tape that I found, and I thought it was really super cute, but I don't make a lot of kids cards, so I left it behind because that had a very juvenile aspect to it. But in retrospect, it was, unicorn, so I should have bought it. But really nice stuff. And these little Heidi Swap flags are just the cutest little thing, and they are just amazing. And you get like 12 of them in there. You don't have to leave them as a banner. There we go. There you can see the rest of the candle wicking. But everything on this table was $1. And when I got up to the register, I asked, and she said, well, anything that came off of that table was $1. So it was $1. All of these items were $1. It was amazing to have that type of price tag on these, especially on these Vicky Boutin paper pads, and they're beautiful. It says it has like 316 parts in it. I didn't quite get the number before I lifted it up, but it's got a lot of little parts in it, according to, I think it's those little cutout pages, the first two pages that sit there and have all the little cutout parts on it. I think that's what they're counting as the 316 parts, and I loved that teal with gold. Oh, it was absolutely stunning. I did pick up one pad of that, but there were still pads left when I left the store yesterday, and we were there early to mid-afternoon. They had lots of these different colors of Meltums, which is like really coming up perfect for this time of year because a lot of people do a lot of candy making during the holiday season for obvious reasons, and they had a lot of these different color Meltums, so you could go to this one store and get a lot of different colors, whereas in some other stores they only have like one or two colors. But I didn't see any flavors. I didn't see any of the chocolate. I didn't see any of the peanut butter. These little ribbons were so cute. It was $1 for all 5 of those little ribbons, so 20 cents for a roll of ribbon. That is a really great price. Beautiful pink color, and here's the H's. So over time we are finding these. They did have the H's the last time I was in this store. This isn't the first time I was in the store. This is the second time. But Park Lane ribbon rolls, and that's the wide ribbon. That's like the 2.5-inch or 3-inch ribbon for $1. And then this is a canvas. This is a stretch canvas, and it was like, I think it was 12 by 16 for $1. And this, oh my gosh, this is the screen that you need if you're going to make your own paper. That's the screen that you pull the pulp out of your wash with. And did you see the, oh my gosh, Monstera leaf stained glass kits, $1. This is the cheapest I have ever seen one of those stained glass kits. I did find some turtles in Georgia for $2, and the rest of them that I've seen have always been $5. So that was amazing for a price for that. If you're into stained glass, it's not something I do, but if you're into stained glass, or if you want to try it out, since the kit's already there for you and everything's already done and everything's already cut, these are stickers, but they are cardstock stickers, and they're by Bo Bunny, which is a great brand. I mean, Bo Bunny is an amazing brand to have, and they're cardstock stickers, and they're so pretty. And I've seen them twice now. I still haven't bought any because I just haven't convinced myself that I need any more stickers. And if you watched my live stream, you saw how many stickers and how much stuff I can pull out at a drop of a hat because of all the things that I had. The beautiful little red hearts and these little photo frames. They look like Polaroid photo frames from way in the back in the days. and they had 2 packages of them. I didn't buy either of them. They're still there. Science fair projects, people. They're almost due. So if you're going to buy these letters to do your science fair project boards, you might want to invest in them as soon as possible. I'm just saying, if you haven't already. Milk paint, and these are powder paints that are mixable. You mix stuff with them, and I should have gotten a picture of the back so you could see what you mix with it, but I didn't. And oh my gosh, they still had this beautiful, tons and tons of this beautiful rose gold washi tape. Oh, it was so pretty, so absolutely adorable, and so beautiful. So here we are at the pegboards, and the pegboards really didn't have anything special in this particular store that I saw, but I'm still showing it to you because it's there, and I want you to see what they have in case there's something you're looking for. Of course, the obligatory Cricut red foil. And there was this one Cricut shirt, but I don't know what size it was. It's obviously a onesie, so it's probably 6 to 9 because that was the size that they had last time. Unicorn. And so I would guess that's what it is. These paper packs just annoyed me. I saw them. We were in 5 stores on Saturday, and I saw this in all 5 stores. So maybe these Astro Bright pads got spread throughout all the stores. I just love that crinkly sound. Sorry, I had to leave in just a little bit of the ASMR for it because I love that crinkly sound. Anyway, all 5 stores had these paper packs in them, but it wasn't until I got to like the last or the second to the last store that I knew what this was, because nowhere on this package does it say what it contains. It gives you a lot of information. It tells you a lot of things. It gives you a lot of suggestions, but nowhere does it say how many sheets are in there or what weight the paper is. And I did find out later that they are 65-pound sheets of cardstock, and they are 320 pages per pack, and it is $7.99, which is a great price for 65-pound cardstock. For comparison, if you pay full price at Michael's for a 50-page pack, you're paying $6 for 50 pages. At $8, you're paying $2 more for over 6 times as much. So keep in mind that even though it is $8, which can be for some people a chunk of change, $8 for 320 sheets of cardstock is incredible. So those are, though, if you see those mega pads and you don't know what they are, and now you know. I thought this was funny. I loved this. I have so many people that I could totally give this game to, because yeah, I have so many people. I know so many people that I could totally give this game to. I thought it was funny. I had to point it out. I don't normally point out the games. And then this is another thing that I don't normally point out. I don't normally point out sheet sets, but aren't they just so cute? I love that. That's the only way Florida gets snow. We put it in the sheets on our bed. Or at least most of Florida. There are parts of Florida that do sometimes get snow, but where I live now, snow doesn't happen. These were really cute. They had really cute phrases on them and everything, and they were really high quality, nice heavy glassware, but they're $2, so they might be cheaper to pick up at Dollar Tree. I don't know. I can't go into Dollar Tree anymore. Dollar Tree in my brain is considered not safe, and it's a place that I can't go into, and it's a my brain thing. It's not anything to do with Dollar Tree. It's just the fact that I have a lot of mental health issues with anxiety and PTSD and a lot of panic, and I can't go into Dollar Tree anymore because I had an anxiety attack in one. I loved this. And if you've watched, if you're a connoisseur of my videos, you know that I am not a fan of J.K. Rowling in any way because of the things that she has said about the Pride community. But this as a building kit, it's a 3D kit where you get Hedwig the owl, and it is really nice. So if you have a Harry Potter fan that would be interested in that, or a Frozen fan, because this is another one of those 3D puzzles that you can put together. These building kits are amazing. So if you have a fan, this is a really good way to get a really nice present for them with the holiday season coming up. If you have a kid who's in school and might spend some time in detention, maybe this would be a good game for them, or maybe not. If you want to pause it and click on that so you can focus in on the QR code, then you can sit there and you can see how to play it. And I have to honestly say that as a society, we may have gone too far. We just may have gone too far with this. I mean, at some point in time, you have to step back and go, really? Did we need to do that? I'm just thinking maybe not. But, it looked fun and it looked funny, and why not? Because, in this day and age, having fun and having a laugh is not a bad thing. I don't know where that came from, but that is such a cool idea. And this, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, this box was heavy. This is a very well built thing. It is solid wood, and look at the different things that you can do with this particular board and this particular set of wood pieces. And it is just amazing. And in just a moment, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to pause on this little statement right here so you can read it really quickly. But look at the different things that they say that you can do with this and what it comes with, and the amount of different ways that this can be applied as far as engineering, as far as creativity, artistry. Sorry, I can't speak right now. I loved that. I mean, if I had a kid, I would totally have bought that for them. $25 is a lot, but it was a heavy box. That was a well-constructed wooden toy. And oh my goodness gracious, I would just totally, if I had a kid in the range that would be useful for, wow. You saw the yarn. It's right as you walk in the door. And I thought this was neat. I guess I've been living under a rock or something. Well, no, I've been a shut-in for 3 years, but I did not realize that Hershey's was making plant-based chocolates for people who are sensitive to dairy or if they are vegan. I thought that was interesting because, you know, chocolate is something that I know for a fact I could not give up if I was going to go vegan. So that was an interesting thing. And these looked delicious, just absolutely delicious. And then there's this thing. Not sure. I mean, I realize that it's a stress toy and I realize that I have lots of squishies, but I think even I would be hard pressed to want to have this in my house. I don't know. It's funny. It is awfully funny. It would be a great gag gift. If you have to do one of those little elephant ones where you bring a gag gift, that would have been a great gag gift. I didn't see any price tag on it. I don't know where they came from. Those two were just sitting at the front of the register. And oh my gosh, it was funny. Okay, so here we are in the St. Petersburg store now. And this one had those those little blue sprinkles, but they were both sprinkles and spheres, which I thought was just the cutest thing because they were the exact same color and you could sit there and put them over your baked goods so that you have some difference in appearance and some difference in texture when people are eating it. And that was just so cute. That paper is wonderful. I did test it out in one of my lives. If you go back and watch my lives, I did test it out and it was beautiful. I did not check on these. These are on the dollar table, so I don't know if they were $1, but if they were, this is an incredible price for a really nice journal. You know, something like that and a really nice set of pens would be a great present to put there. Oh, you could even get this. This is a little elastic pocket that you can put on your journal so that it keeps your pens with your journal. I mean, that and a really nice set of writing pen and pencil set and the journal that you saw, amazing. I have a lot of these stickers. I didn't buy any more of them, but they were really nice. And that Dollar Tree item that I showed you, that was faux leather. It wasn't vinyl. And I thought that was interesting. I did buy these. These, I mean, they're beautiful. We made a card in my live, in the last live that I put up on Friday. We made a card and we used some of those. And it says there's 24 pieces, but that means that there's 24 lines of it. And I counted them and there's 14 pieces on each line. So you can actually cut it up like we did in my live the other day. You don't have to put all 14 of them down at once. You can, and it gives you the option of having a nice straight line with 14 of them without having to place them individually, or you could cut it and make it shorter. And look at all this beautiful paper. Almost all of this was actual cardstock level paper. It wasn't just paper. And now look at this. Oh my gosh, 25 cents a sheet. And the reason that I'm moving it around on top of this piece of poster board is so that you can see that this is indeed a translucent sheet of paper. You can definitely see through that. And I have so many ideas for things to use that specific attribute. And then this cardstock, but it's the corrugated kind of cardstock. It's like corrugated metal that they build roofs out of, or the interior piece in a cardboard box that's corrugated to give the cardboard box its rigidity. And I've never seen this one before. This is the first store ever. And y'all know by this point, if you're a connoisseur of my channel, if you've been with me for a while, you know how many Ollies I've been in. And I have never seen pockets for a journal. And there were like 12 in there. And I did pick up a pack of those because I am going to try my hand at junk journaling, and I thought a little pocket or 2 or maybe 12 would be really cool in my junk journal, so I did pick those up. I also got some of the corrugated paper, and I also got some of that translucent paper. And now we're back to the cardstock, and these little letters keep coming up, and they're so pretty. These I don't think were supposed to be all 3 together anymore, because the rest of them were all individually priced, and they were individually priced at $1.49, which is not a bad price, but that makes me think that not everything on this table is actually $1. That's unlike the Clearwater store where everything was $1. And look at the size and the font of these beautiful gold letters pairs of numbers. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And you get so many of them. And it was a really nice little pie. And that one didn't have a price tag on it, so I think it was $1. These two are the two colors of ribbon that they had in the 1.5-inch size. Pretty beautiful gold, beautiful pink. And they still had these pads, and I have not picked these up, but I did find ink pads in another store that I was in that were even better. It was a 6-pack of pigment inks. They were the same size, and I picked up a couple of them, and we're going to try them out in my next live on Wednesday and see if they're any good, because I want to get them up as quickly as possible if you want to go there and get them. When I was a kid, this had a loom with it, and I made lots of these little trivets out of it, but it had a metal loom with it, and I would expect in this day and age for the loom to be made out of plastic, but nowhere did this say that it had a loom. And when I shook the box, it didn't feel like there was a loom on the inside. So I'm not sure if those are just extra pieces for using on the loom and you have to buy the loom separately, or if they give you instructions for how to make that weave without actually having the loom. There's the unicorns. And here we are. It's giveaway time. But while this is drawing, I just want to say this. I don't know how many of you watch the NFL, but I have got to ask you, if you are an NFL person and you watched the Madrid game today between the Dolphins and the Commanders, what in the world? I mean, honestly, the end of the fourth quarter, they're both playing like it's going into halftime. That it's a tied score. Dolphins are on the 1-yard line, and they don't kick the field goal. 4th and goal, they go for it, they miss it. Oh, I don't understand. Anyway, congratulations, Brian Rowland. Yay! Number 2 and number 5 were the winners, and the other one is 02 Slackett. Yay! Congratulations, winners. You have until 11:59 p.m. on Thursday to fill out the form that is linked in the description of this video so that I get an email address so we can continue our correspondence. Remember, you have to verify the 6-character alphanumeric code that you put on the entry form, and it has to match the one on the winner's form, or I won't reach out to you. All right, so make sure that you put in the same 6-character alphanumeric code, and when you get the email from me, the subject line of the email will be your 6-character alphanumeric code. So if you get an email or if you get in any other contact where it doesn't include your 6-character alphanumeric code, that's not me. Don't get scammed. Don't get scammed. This store did have the piping tip bags that you saw, or the piping bag tips that you saw just there. They had this lettering thing, and they had this. This was really cool. This and a Bible would be an excellent present for someone who is interested in having a new Bible or having a different Bible that they can take different sets of notes in. Somebody who is up and coming, somebody who's about to get their communion, confirmation, somebody who's about to get confirmation. I mean, anybody, that would be such a pretty gift to get. Those little markers would have that are specifically made for, religious benefits and religious reasons. And then to have that paired with a Bible, so pretty, beautiful, beautiful, vinyl, that one Cricut one. And then this infusible ink is showing up in almost every store that I'm in now, as well as this half pad sticky thing. So I'm thinking that maybe they're getting better at the distribution of these items because, like I said, that that infusible Cricut pad, those cards right there that I just showed you, and that little stick sheet for the Cricut machine is beautiful. And this just shows you that I missed things. I paused it there because that beautiful photo album that was right there with those beautiful colors, I didn't even see while I was in the store. And I missed something when I went back and did it again, because in a moment I'll be back in the same spot. It's amazing what I missed. This is 1 inch by 50 yards. It is 50 yards for $10, and that is an incredible price for elastic. And this 60 A2 card sets by Bazil for $2. $2. Not only are they beautiful jewel tones, there's 60 of them. They are the A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and they come with envelopes, and it's $2. And that is an unbelievable and, dare I say, unbeatable value. Just amazing. I couldn't get over that. And somebody made a joke, and I think it was a joke now in retrospect. They said, isn't that outdated? And I didn't even catch it. My incredibly literal mind didn't even catch that was joke until like 3 days later. Because I commented, I replied to her comment and said, or his comment, and I said, or their comment, and said, oh, well, no, it's still usable because you could adjust the date or something like that. Excuse me. And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh, that was a joke. Oops, didn't get it. Sorry. They did have the red finger paint that is in the pump bottle, and they have these beautiful little sets for resin, and that one had powder in it. So it had like this powder in it, as well as three bottles of dye. They had so many different sets of these boxes. These little card boxes, they had like four, I think, different sets of these, maybe five, but they're just beautiful. And you get 40 cards in here. I've bought these several times. They're in several of my lives because they are simply stunning. They're gorgeous. They're easy to cut apart so you can use the different pieces if you want to cannibalize them for the sentiment that they have on them, or if you want to cut them in half so you get two card fronts out of it. And oh my gosh, look at the cameras. Look at the cameras on these. I mean, this was just so cute. I loved this so much. The rest of them are pretty too, but the cameras were just amazing. I just absolutely loved those. Again, thank you so much, everybody. We're not over. It's not done, but I felt the gratitude welling up inside me, so I had to say it. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting me to mature channel. I have 1,000 subs. We actually have more than 1,020 now, which is really cool. Anyway, this is where you see that sticker right there. That is the only thing that says that this is 320 sheets of 65-pound cardstock. Nowhere else on that package does it say that, but now you know. And look at these colors. I have the one pad of this that's more the bright tones, like the reds and the golds and the blues. Look at these beautiful pastel glitter pads, and they had so many of them. And then they also had this beautiful Park Lane cardstock pad. I mean, beautiful. $1.99 for this cardstock pad. It's got 29 different designs, 2 of each, 58 sheets total, and it is cardstock. This is not paper. You can see me feeling it right there to feel the weight of it. This is 65-pound cardstock. And look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. I bought a pad of this because this is exactly what I need for my card making. It's got nice size patterns on it. It has beautiful colors in it. I couldn't resist it. I was hoping that was unicorns when I pulled it down off the shelf, but it wasn't. They also had these gold poster boards, $2.99 for 12 of them, but it's half sheets of poster board and it's glitter paper and it's beautiful. And I've tested it out. I don't think I put that on screen, but I tested it out and it's really nice. And they still have these little pockets. So some of these things are starting to show up in store after store after store, like that gold poster board and the Cricut materials. And of course, we always see the Cricut vinyl, but more Cricut items are starting to show up. And I have a question for you. If you know the answer to this, did Cricut close out? Or are these items that were built by American Crafts that just ended up in the stores when the American Crafts closeout and liquidation happened? I paused this as well because look at the beautiful colors of these. I've never seen this particular set anywhere. They've always been like other pastel-y colors, but isn't that beautiful to get some other people that might not be as inclined to do journals into journaling because the colors are more suited for their particular attitudes and their particular ideals. And the fact that it's nautical too, I mean, that would be just the cutest thing. Look how cute. There's a unicorn. I'm just into the finding the unicorns now. If you're new to my channel, it's a running inside joke ever since I found Zig pens in the Sarasota store, the two-way Zig pens in the Sarasota store. These are really nice. They had 2 of them. They might have been somewhere else as well, but I didn't see them anywhere else, just those right there. And then the next one is this. This is adorable. This is amazing. I love this as an idea to give to a kid when you're going to take a trip, because it's the pictures that get colored and the crayons. You just save it. You know, you pack it up when you're packing up. You give them to the kid when we're in the car. Maybe not leave it in the car if you live in a state like Florida where it's always hot, and just so that the crayons don't melt. But I thought that was a neat idea for travel, or if you're doing airplane travel, give it to the kid as soon as you board the airplane, and it gives them something to do the entire time that they're there. I thought that was neat. They've had those stencils in almost every store that I've been in, but I thought I'd show them again. They did have these Everblend H2Os. These are, again, the pastel tones. I'm still looking for the brights. I've gotten the pastels and I've gotten the earth tones. I'm still looking for the brights. I haven't found them yet. This is the beautiful trick-or-treat thing. And speaking of things that I haven't found, like I said, we were in 5 stores on Friday. I'm sorry, 5 stores on Saturday, and we went to, I think, a store or 2 last Thursday. I am still looking for those Arteza mandala kits that have all the dotters in them, all the dotting tools in them. I cannot find them. Look! I missed it the first time. Completely missed it the first time. Walked right buy it. Camera rolling and everything. I mean, you saw the cricket cards the first time I went through. Totally missed that there was a Minc laminator. And they had several of them, and they were $20 each, which is a great price for Minc laminators, just so you don't have to go back and check. This is the Clearwater store. If you're interested in going and getting them, there they were, all waiting for you. Just beautiful, great price for Minc laminators. I do have a video on my channel. It's one of the very first lives that I did. It's called Noob with a Minc. And it's actually broken into 2 parts because at the time YouTube would not let me make more than a 30-minute live video. So it's broken into 2 parts. It's called Noob with a Minc Part 1 and Noob with a Minc Part 2. It is literally my very first time ever using a Minc laminator. I literally opened the box, unwrapped everything, broke it. Still works, but I did break it and put it back together and used it, and I had a great time using it, and we found out some really cool things with that. And I want to thank you, Amira. I know that you were with me in that video, and you've been with me ever since, so thank you so much, Amira, for being such a great fan of this channel. I can't thank you enough. You are one of the original fans of this channel, and I am so pleased that you're still with this channel. I can't thank you enough. Everybody who's been with me since the beginning, you are one of the reasons that I have become a mature channel, and I am so pleased and I'm so grateful. And I know it keeps coming out, but it keeps popping into my head, so I just keep saying it. Look at the beautiful colors. Sorry about Baby Bear. He's stuck in the bedroom and I can't get up to let him out, so he's at the door saying he wants to get out. He's being a silly boy because he's stuck in here with his little baby sister, and he does not like his little baby sister because she still smells like vet because she's still wearing her onesie after being spayed. So that was a beautiful little box. Gorgeous. It was a nice heavy weight. It would be really cool to put on a shelf in a kid's room or in a man cave or in a woman cave or wherever you want to put it, and have it be something, you know, anybody who likes racing, it would be a great box to have on display and to use as storage. Just a really cute little thing. They had a few of the little fondant punches right there. They still had the stitch paint that's been in all the stores, and we've seen it several times. I just now noticed as I'm doing this voiceover that there was a minion thing up there. I don't know what that was. Normally I catch minions. Normally I see them, but I don't know. That is a roller for making textures on clay, and I have that one. It's come up several times, so I didn't buy another one, but it was a really pretty roller. And then this one. This is just bad timing. Really bad timing, or possibly really good timing now that they're going to become scarcer and scarcer as time goes on. But yep, there's a penny collection right there that you can get, and maybe that would be a great present to give to somebody this year because of the momentous occurrence that happened. Our first minted coin, our oldest minted coin, and we are no longer minting it. And then this beautiful knit kit. Thank you so very much, everybody who watched all the way to the end. Do please like, subscribe, share, make comments. Whatever level of interaction you are comfortable with is what I appreciate. I want everybody to be their authentic self, and if authentically your interaction is just to watch my video to the end, thank you. Really, sincerely, thank you. If your interaction is higher than that, it's the same thanks and the same gratitude. I know that everybody's at a different place, and I know that everybody has different ideas of what they can do as far as their ability to interact, and I just appreciate every one of you. So thank you so very much. Please do like, subscribe, share, whatever level you're capable of doing. And this next thing I'm testing. I found it in my editor and I found no way to add links to it. So I'm going to see if YouTube adds the links to it. I don't know if it will or not. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we'll see. Cheers and happy crafting.